All right, we're back. The running shoes didn't stay in the box long. That run was about how you'd expect it. Felt super slow and heavy. Pretty much every muscle from my glutes down is super pumped right now, but we're back and it feels good to be back. But right now I'm starving. I'm gonna go ahead and whip up meal one. I'll show you what we're working with. All right, so I just finished up whipping up meal one. So if you guys have seen my full day of eating video for the off season, this is exactly what I was eating then. It's just literally half the amount. I'm actively cutting right now, so pretty much all my amounts, especially if carbs, have been cut. So what we're working with this morning is 60 grams of oats, 50 grams of blueberries, some cinnamon powder, Himalayan pink salt, 2 scoops of whey protein, and then for a little bit of fats, I do 8 grams of either almond butter or natural peanut butter. I did almond butter this morning. And that's literally just to get a little bit extra fat in my diet. You guys, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I like pretty high carb, high protein, low fat diets. So it works really, really well for me. And I've done the whole keto thing. I've done carnivore for just a little bit, and it does work for, you know, certain things, and you will hold a lot less water weight, and a lot of people misconstrue that as body fat. I personally didn't see it being any more efficient at burning fat than a high carb diet. It's just calories in, calories out. But that kind of look is just, you know, really a lack of holding water. Performance wise, I definitely prefer high carb to high fat diets. One, low fat, I'm able to keep body fat off a lot easier. And then two, me lifting. And then now I'm gonna be talking to y'all in just a little bit about what the goals are now, putting on the running shoes and everything. I definitely want carbs right now. It definitely helps for performance. And we are cutting right now, so, you know, everything's, you know, coming down, all my energy stores, all of that. So, you know, I'm trying to savor and keep in as much carbs as possible for as long as possible, depending on how deep we go into this cut. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this meal one down, and then I'm gonna talk to y'all about what the next goals are and what we're moving into. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what I'm getting into now. So first off, on the run this morning, that was actually my second run back. I did a run a few days ago before last leg day. And that one out there this morning was literally just 25 minutes. I kept it relatively slow. I think it came out to be just over 10, 30-minute miles, so I'm absolutely not going fast right now. My goals right now are to stay more in a heart rate zone, and I'll explain why in just a bit, but I was keeping between 145 and 151 beats per minute. And it was about how you'd expect. You know, I'm feeling very slow and clunky, especially, you know, back when I was in peak ultra marathon shape, or even the last time I was doing hybrid training, getting ready for the 4x4x48. You know, I'm feeling a lot clunkier, a lot heavier right now, but that's to be expected. Even though I've been keeping cardio up with bodybuilding, you know, I've been doing upright bike, I've been doing the incline treadmill, walking, Stairmaster. It's not the same thing as running. So, you know, I had pretty much every lower body muscle pumped out there. The top of my glutes were insanely pumped, and then my calves. And then other than that, my adductors have grown a lot, so they're chafing. So I'm gonna have to figure out some different things with that. You know, try probably some Body Glide or baby powder or something, or just better compression shorts. But I've got some issues to work out. With that being said, I'm super excited to be back in the running shoes. You know, I had the Hoka's ordered a few weeks ago, and I was starting to really get the itch to get back out there, and they didn't stay in the box very long, and I'm glad. I'm already starting to kind of look up new trails in the area and get back out there, but I'm excited to be back. So first I want to explain why I've gone back to running. Now, I'm not going completely just back to running and giving up bodybuilding. I am doing hybrid training, and I'll explain exactly what that means in just a minute. But you know, frankly, if you guys have been missing my last few videos, I've explained kind of in detail, you know, a lot of issues I've had with, you know, the competitive side of bodybuilding, some personal life issues, all of that frankly, my entire goal this year is to, one, live intuitively and find balance in everything I do. So, you know, living the bodybuilding lifestyle, eating the same 6 to 7 meals per day, doing the same training per day, the same cardio. It's a very structured lifestyle, and it's not a bad lifestyle. I'm not trying to put it down. When you've got that kind of competition goal mindset, you've got to be in that. But it took away all balance from my life and hurt many relationships that I had in my life. So my entire goal this year is to get back to balance. For me, that's always included running. You know, if you guys have been watching this channel for years now, you know that I've always explained that lifting is like my fire. It's, you know, where I go get the aggression out, get to really focus on that strength, that fire, and then running has always been my water. It's almost like an active meditation. and it really does bring a lot of balance back into my life. Now with that, I'm not only using it just as a, added activity to add balance, but I'm also using it to structure balance in the rest of my life. So with this, right now I'm semi-retired from bodybuilding. I'm not saying I'm never competing again, but for right now, I don't have any competition plans anywhere in the foreseeable future. So right now it's, really just doing, frankly, what I love, which includes both lifting and running. Now, I do have big goals with both of those. So with the lifting side, with the physique side, frankly, not much is changing. I am still 100% still a bodybuilder. I still love it, love going in and training every day. I love my high intensity bodybuilding, all of it. I'm not giving any of that up. And frankly, right now, and I'll explain what the new split's going to in a second, but right now, I'm keeping my split pretty much exactly the same. But the goals physique-wise is to essentially right now keep as much size as I can while increasing the running, and I'll explain how much we're gonna increase, but it's to keep as much size as I can and with that as much strength as I can. Now they both correlate, frankly, the longer you keep the strength up, especially if you're doing it, with hypertrophy in mind, that's actually how you keep the mass, especially when increasing cardio, pulling back calories, all of that. But physique-wise is to frankly downsize just a little bit to be better for running, but to get really, really shredded and to be spitting distance from men's physique and potentially classic physique. Now I know with running, it's gonna eat up too much leg tissue. It's just too catabolic with that, if I wanted to then, after a long season of running, wanted to go do a classic physique show, especially at the pro level, I'm gonna need some time to grow back into that. But especially body fat wise, staying within spitting distance. Now I'm still 214 right now, I'm 5'8". My cutoff for classic physique at the pro level is 192. So I still have some weight to play with. But physique wise, that's really the goal, is to really just essentially see how much of a bodybuilder physique I can keep while increasing the miles week after week after week. Now on the running side, now this is where, I'm a bit of a hard charger. I'm very, very goal oriented, and I like, really, really pushing myself. And so this is where I'm having to restrain myself right now from just signing up for another ultra marathon and starting another big training block and going all in. I'm right now focusing on balance. So what I'm doing right now, and this is also to prevent injury, is essentially I'm just replacing my morning cardio with the runs. Now, if you guys saw my last video where I talked about how I'm doing this cut right now, how I'm planning on getting shredded, you'll see kind of my cardio plans for the morning. But right now we're at 25 minutes fasted in the morning. I was doing that on the bike. Now I'm swapping that over to runs. And then essentially week after week, add about 5 minutes to that. So I don't really have mileage goals right now. It's really just building up the time I'm running week after week. And then in a few weeks, I am going to start my new hybrid split. This is gonna pull back the lifting just slightly and bring the running up just slightly to where they're about evenly matched. In next video, I'm going to actually drop that full split for y'all. I think it's an incredible hybrid split. I built many hybrid splits over the years, customized for myself, for clients, for the Total Hybrid Athlete Program, all of that. And this is now, I've not tried it yet, but it's probably gonna be my favorite one to date. So I'll drop that for y'all next video, but essentially right now it's just really just ramping up the time week after week after week, about 5 minutes each week. Now this is also gonna help me prevent injury. Right now, me being so heavy, not having run in a while, if I was to just go out there and start doing 3 miles today, then say 5 miles in a couple days, and then do a long run this weekend of 10 miles, I'm gonna end up with stress fracture. I'm just too heavy, have not been running, my body's not conditioned for the running right now, so I'm easing back into it. So I really am playing this by ear. So if I go out this morning and did 25 minutes out there this morning, tomorrow I wake up for cardio and I'm feeling good, I'll put the running shoes back on, go back out there. If I'm not, then I'm gonna go ahead and get on the bike, give my legs some bit of a break, and then hit it again the next morning. Now, I think that should only last about a week or two more before I can just essentially run every morning without issue. But right now I am very injury conscious too, of not going out too hard, too fast, and then ending up with an injury that puts me out for weeks or months. So like I said before, I was just keeping my heart rate between 145 and 151 this morning. Essentially, if you've been following me for even the ultra marathon days, you know that I love math running. And that's kind of the way that I always have trained, at least endurance. I do most of my runs, about 90% of my runs are math. and then the other 10% can be speed workouts. That's essentially what I'm incorporating now. I'm probably gonna do a bit more speed workouts right now, just because I'm gonna be doing shorter distance. But most of my runs are gonna be in that 145 to 151 heart rate zone. That's for me. You guys can kind of look up the math formula online and it'll show you what works best for you. But I'm gonna stick within that. And then I'm also gonna be going out and doing some track workouts. And really, frankly, I'm trying to get a lot more functional. You know, with bodybuilding, you know, you're really only training for hypertrophy, and you really do get bound up to where the point that, you know, putting on tennis shoes and everything is just, you frankly don't feel very athletic at all. I'm the strongest I've ever been in my life, but definitely not very functional and athletic. And me coming from a firefighter and military background where all of our workouts are functional workouts, I do miss it. So I am incorporating some of that back in. So with that, that is where I'm excited to do speed workouts. And then if I'm ever feeling it one day, I might do a sandbag workout or something like that. But frankly, right now, the goals are to still keep my lifting in exactly how it is, keep strength as high as possible for as long as possible, and then be slowly tapering up the morning runs. And then we're gonna take it from there. You know, right now it's just getting the running shoes back on, getting back to where I really enjoying it, finding that balance, and then taking it from there. You know, if I want to go ahead and try to see, you know, how fast I can get a 5K while being pretty big, I'll do that. If I want to, you know, end up doing another 50 miler or even doing a 100 miler plus in the future, you know, I might do that too. Right now, it's just really taking it day by day, week by week, but I'm really excited to be back, and it's definitely going to be a journey. I'm very heavy right now, very big. But it's definitely good to be back. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. That's kind of the plan right now. So, you know, right now it's just trying to find that functionality, that balance again. We're doing it, ramping up week by week. I'm slowly adding back the mileage. Like I said, I'm gonna be dropping the new hybrid split soon. And that is more of a balance between lifting and running. Right now I've got definitely skewed more towards the lifting side, and just using the runs as my morning cardio. But that's gonna change in the next couple weeks, and I'll drop that for y'all in the next video or two. But if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, leave any comments or questions down below. Be happy, be positive, be powerful. Have a great rest of your day.